First down run, nabs him 5. Now 2nd and 5. Dak now from the gun. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Working out of the gun, it's Prescott. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. Well, no look on his first look of the game, and that leaves them with 4th and 5. And this one never had a shot. It's well over the goal line and the end zone entirely. That'll be a touchback. Panthers look just about ready. 1st and 10. Young on the play action. That one's complete over the middle. Down the left sideline he goes. And he will take this down near the opposing 35-yard line.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
Pass brought in by Tedderolo McMillan. And they haul him down just a foot or 2 shy of the red zone. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs. You keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10.
1st and 10. Let's go.
Young working from the gun. Can't connect over the middle. It's incomplete.
Those windows over the middle, the congestion, just the mass of people. If you're not on time and on target, you're not going to find a completion, especially on that down and distance.
Down. Hut.
Here's Young again. On target to his back, Rico Dowdle. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular. When the back ended up being the target, we were able to keep him short of the sticks.
And he is well clear of that marker. That effort's going to set them up with a 1st and goal.
Ready.
1st down. 1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
Ready. Clock. 10. Ready.
Sticking to the air, it's Young. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
I think those big old boxing gloves might have made a better catch and a better call than receiver gloves right there for that one. It is going to be a fight to hang on the ball, and we just saw physicality personified.
Catch made. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1.
That's not a big completion on a stat sheet, but that's a big contested, what I call gritty catch right there. And that's what the best tight ends will get you.
52 blaster. Black 40. Striker. 3-3. Set.
Young on 3rd and goal. Rolling out to his left. And he makes the catch, but he will not get the feet. Oh, Brock, that could have been a highlight reel touchdown. Instead, just an incompletion.
I can pretty much guarantee you, Kate, the minute that quarterback left the pocket, that D coordinator started to hold his breath. It is so hard when you play a dual-threat QB out on the run in space, especially down here in the red zone, but the defense rises to the occasion.
All right, they're going for this. I like this being aggressive from the get-go on their opening drive.
Let's go now. 50, green. Hut.
Going power with a big tight end. And they stop him. No touchdown, no 1st down. That's a turnover on downs near the end zone.
I think this defense was resigned to giving up 3 points on the opening series. Instead, well, they got the chance to deny them anything, and boy, did they ever attack it.
Here's Williams to start the drive. Well, I'm not seeing the signal for a safety, Brock, but he did not dodge it by much. That run just gets back to the line. And it's not just some quarterbacks, Brock, here who are going to have short memories. You tell me these two defenses need them sometime as well.
Yeah, 100%. You give up a big run, well, too bad. No time to dwell on it because you got to line up, buckle up that chin strap, and try to knock them backwards.
Ripping off yards past the 40. C.D. Lamb at the 20. And he's going to be hauled down at the 2, and it sets up first and goal.
I love this, Kate. No issues at all going to this receiver in the short field because they know at any time when this man touches the ball, he can transform a short completion into a big play.
Yeah, here we go. Wait, take a
Williams is in. Touchdown, Dallas. The Cowboys go up 6-0 here in the first. Javonte Williams, the touchdown.
The kicker on.
Well, we all knew what was coming when they got into that goal line formation, didn't we, Brock? And they just pound the rock in for an old-school touchdown.
I just sometimes love that stuff. Nothing fancy, nothing cute. Here's our formation. You know we're running right at you, and we challenge you to stop us, and you can't.
And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out on the back of the end zone for a touchback. So good field position for the Panthers. Starting this drive, 1st and 10.
Here we go. Hut.
Out of the gun, Young. Bails out of the pocket quick. Looking slant route, complete. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield.
First down. 1st and 10.
So before they can get set and snap it, the clock runs out on quarter 1. 7-0 is our score. We'll take a brief pause and head back to Bank of America Stadium after this. We're ready to go with the second quarter. It's Panthers football. They're looking at 1st down here. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down.
Once that quarterback broke the pocket, kind of turns into like a zone read option a little bit. Kate, you got a couple choices. Keep it yourself or try to force the throw. There was nowhere to go. He really should have used his legs.
Ready.
On 2nd and 10, Young buys time, rolling right. He tucks it and takes off. And he fights his way down to the 35 before the defense can get him out. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down. New set of downs from 37.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard.
1st down, Young. Hits his running back. And they take him down right along the 30. Goes to the hurry up here.
On the pickup brings up 2nd and 2 at the Cowboys' 30-yard line.
Shotgun snap now to Young. And he's on the quick hitter. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. To the air on 1st down. Young. All in left side. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Offense in the hurry-up here.
4 yards on the
38.
pickup.
10 cycles.
2nd and 6.
Again, it's Young.
Boys 16.
Completed over the middle. And he's down very close to that first, but looks like he is stopped just in time after a gain of 4.
Watch out now. 50 series. Ready.
On 3rd and 1, here's Young. Completed to his running back. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Carolina. The Panthers start to fight back with their first points in this game. So the offense showing a slightly different dimension there, Brock. Getting the running back involved with his hands for the touchdown.
Yeah, such an advantage. I think when you think about it, Kate, it really is about the 80s when we start to see these running backs not just tote the ball as runners, but be real weapons when they get the ball in the passing game. That's well done.
Wow, down by just a score, a lot of game to go. But look here, it's an onside try. And the Cowboys manage to recover the football. Into the red zone. And he's all the way home. Touchdown, Dallas. The Cowboys grow the lead to 7. George Pickens the touchdown. Pressure off left, and it's blocked.
I can feel that anger all the way up here, Kate. They did not like giving up the big play, the lengthy touchdown. And they decided to release a little bit of that frustration via the special teams. That juice, that energy, you could feel it overwhelmed there and led to the block.
Set to return, it's Chuba Hubbard. He dodged the tackle. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25-yard line.
On the double.
Carolina offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10.
Set, ready. 45, white. Set.
Back to throw. Here's Young. Brought in right side by McMillan. And he's going to be taken down here after he takes it to the 45. Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And that's good for a Panthers first.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Flushed out of the pocket. That's complete. Dialing up McMillan again. And he's going to be out of bounds after the big gain. Now down inside the 15. They rip off a huge chunk of field as the downs reset.
I love everything about that play, Kate, so much for a quarterback. When you throw in that crossing route, it's imperative that you lead that receiver. You don't throw where he's at, you throw where he's going. And when you do, it's after catch follow.
And he's going to be dropped with a big hit at the end of that. But the effort still sets him up with a 1st and goal.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
Just 2 minutes to play here in our opening half. More coming up from Bank of America Stadium, though. Stick around. 4 downs to get this across. Here's 1st and goal.
Come on, set.
Off the play fake, it's Young. He rolls to his right. Complete out to the right side. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. Panthers moving quickly, trying to get set at the line.
Drill, 52. Hut, nut.
Dowdle. And he runs it across. Touchdown. The Panthers earn the chance to tie before halftime. Here's Young to the line now. His guys going for 2.
Ready.
Panthers will line up for the 2-point conversion.
All right, they're going to throw for it. And he gets into the end zone, so the choice to pass on a tie, a good one. That gives him a 1-point lead.
Cowboys 13. Ryan Fitzgerald to kick off for Carolina.
Now Fitzgerald on to handle the kickoff. Here's Kevontae Turpin on the return. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30.
Boys take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Dallas getting everybody set. They've got 1st and 10. 1st down, here's Dak. Finds him over the middle. They're going to bring him down just after he crosses the 50. They get 22 out of that play. And that's good for a Dallas 1st down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
And he's going to take this down to the 31 before he gets taken down. The Cowboys have to get moving here. Clock's still running. 1st and 10, Prescott. He isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
7 yards. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, here we go.
Dak now from the gun. Short pass brought in. He's got it in the red zone. And into the end zone he goes for a Dallas touchdown. The Cowboys get some late points and the lead.
play really had all the elements you're looking for from a tight end, showing that he can stretch that field with the route check, secure the catch, quickly become a runner check, and finally go finish that drive off and celebrate with your homeboys. Be a little armchair quarterback after that play. Looks like the defense knew exactly what was coming.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. Hubbard with a return here. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. Only half a minute to go in our half. Let's see how they begin the drive. Young on 1st and 10. On the move, headed right. He's keeping it. And they're all the way across midfield before he was brought down. Now we get a timeout by the Panthers. It's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. One play in, Brock, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Here's Young on 1st and 10. Escapes the pocket. He's keeping it again. And he fights his way down to the 35 before the defense can get him out. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12. We've set it down from 37.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
It's Young to throw here on 1st. This is Liggins working the left side. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. Now Carolina's going to take a timeout. That's its second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Young working from the gun. Chased out to his right. Moving right. Aims it out down the sideline. And he makes the catch on the right sideline, but no. Oh, they call it out of bounds. The throw led him just a little bit too much.
Well, he went for it all right there. That was a highlight reel waiting to happen if he could connect. So good to get out of the pocket, keep the play alive, but even better defensively to force the incompletion. I don't think there's any question. This is going to be a close game when it's all said and done because it's awfully tight here at the half. And that field goal, that gives him a little more confidence running into the locker room.
So it's a touchback on the kickoff, and we're going to get one final snap here in the half. One last play before the break.
Yeah, here we go.
He'll throw it. Finds a seam down the middle. And he's going to get this to the opposing 41. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. Well, if you love high-scoring games, no doubt you have been glued to your television so far. And no signs of slowing down as we begin our second half. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. First call here coming from the shotgun.
Ready.
Out of the gun, Young. Headed out right. Oh, look at this. Here he goes. And he's going to be sent out of bounds just after he crosses the 35. That's going to go as a gain of 13 yards. And that's going to bring up a Carolina first down.
That is so demoralizing for a defense. You lock things down in coverage. You do everything right on the back end. You need to see the quarterback escape, evade the pressure, and get that first down anyway.
And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
That's what you call efficiency. It's exactly what you're looking for in first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Buying some time right. He can run it. And he's able to move past the 45 before going out. 5 yards on that play and enough for a new set of downs.
That's one of those occasions when you're sitting in the pocket and you're just looking for that escape valve. And then when you get it, you get space to run and you get a first down. That's a big bonus for the quarterback.
Forced out to his right. Outright, Liggett makes the grab. And he's going to be hauled out on a gain across midfield, down inside the 45-yard line. First and 10 from the 43.
First down.
Here we go. Here we go.
43-yard line.
Red 38. Cut.
Play action now. Young. Caught by his back. He loses the football. But it bounces out of bounds, so they'll retain possession.
You know, Kate, there was a memory burns into my dad, high school coach's memory forever. And that was after winning a game, losing coach comes over and says, Mike, it's sometimes better to be lucky than good. No, my dad was good. In this case, the runner, he was lucky. He was lucky the sideline saved him as that ball bounces harmlessly out of the way.
Coming to the line for another first and 10.
First down. First and 10 at the 17-yard
On the ground again with Dowdle. His charge towards the line. It's right around 3 yards.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door to a bigger gap in the future.
And they take it across the goal line for a Carolina touchdown. The Panthers take the lead right away in half number 2.
We've seen all game long how difficult it has been for this defense to try to contain this guy. Not only through the air and now 2 touchdowns on the ground, it's just been a difference maker.
That one splits the uprights. And the Panthers jump in front now by 5. Now Fitzgerald on to handle the kickoff. Turpin with a return. Showing a little burst so far. Nice effort here. They're going to tackle him just shy of the 35. First down now, ball at the 33. Run begins with a run. It's Williams. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
As that linebacker makes that tackle right in the middle of the field, all I'm thinking about right now, Kate's training camp. Because that's the middle drill right there. That is textbook. What you do in training camp, coming to life when it matters.
Not enough on this throw. It hits the turf instead of his man. Looking for his wide receiver there. So they're left facing 3rd and long. Still 10 yards to get this first down as they come to the line. Prescott now on 3rd down. This is complete to Ferguson out left. This is across midfield. They're going to stop him at that 45-yard line. It's a gain of 22. That'll be good for a Dallas first down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
That's complete. It's Javonte Williams. And he's going to be down within a yard of that red zone as the stop is made. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down.
You just got to love that angle, right? It's been around a long time, but think about it defensively, Kate. How many times do you see the backs out of the backfield or just run to the flat? The great running backs know how to plant their foot, sell that flat route, break it off to an angle, and break off the first down.
There it is. Touchdown, Dallas! The Cowboys grab the lead on their first series of the half. C.D. Lamb with the touchdown. So he finds his man in space, and then the wideout takes advantage. Nice finish there to take it in for 6.
Yeah, no question about it. We know points are always a premium in this league, and this really becomes a 3 to 4 point play. Right? When you don't have to settle for field goals, you could throw it underneath, and your receivers do that much damage in the open field and score a touchdown. That's big time.
Operating now to kick this one away. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
First and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
So good field position for the Panthers. Starting this drive, 1st and 10.
Down.
Now Young. Hits him on the out route. He's all the way across midfield, down inside that 45-yard line. You get 22 out of that play. And that's good for a Panthers first.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
So we hit the end of the 3rd quarter. It's the Panthers who have it to start, coming in trailing on the scoreboard. One play in, Brock, and his drive is already into enemy territory. First and 10. Here's a run to Dabble. And he's only able to get back to the line. It's going to be second down. The presence of those tight ends works both ways, Brock. You know this. Gives them more blockers up front, but it also puts the defense in to be ready for that run.
Yeah, you can put 7 blockers up there, even put 8, I don't know, 9. All the blockers in the world, but if they don't work in concert together to create a lane, it doesn't matter.
This is down on second down. They only can get into yard here, Brock. It's going to be third down.
A gain of 2 brings up 3rd and 9.
Strikers, 3 set, ready.
Back to throw it. Bails out of the pocket quick. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he will not score, but that does set him up, Brock, with first and goal, less than a yard away from the end zone.
Every time I see one of those angle routes, I think back to my day 1 install. Rookie minicamp in the NFL. Texas, angle route. 49ers of the 80s, they were making hay with it then, and the running back's still doing it to this day.
Here's a design run.
Let's go now.
Thankfully, not a big loss last play. They're at the 2, second and goal.
Hut.
He's keeping it. Gotta get it forward. We've reached the 2-minute warning from Charlotte. Panthers trail by just 1. Big play coming up here as everyone gets set for 3rd and goal.
Let's go. Red, 38. Blaster, 6. Hut.
Looking to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Carolina. The Panthers jump in front late. So what a finish this is shaping up to be. The late touchdown here, Brock, moves them in front.
And week to week, what a pleasure it is for us to call these games. We never know what kind of game we're going to get. This one's been everything you could have wanted. And now, even though they've taken the lead, there's still enough time on that other sideline for them to go mount a response.
Ready?
Back to throw. And this is caught, so add a couple more to this lead they've got here in the 4th. Well, he just caught them the touchdown, Brock. Defense obviously aware of him as they line up for 2. How did they lose him? How did they get it right back to him for the conversion?
Because he's that good. In moments like this, Kate, it's not even about the play, it's about the player. And when you got a player of this caliber, you find every way to get it to him. And just because he scored the touchdown doesn't mean you don't go right back to that well. I love it.
Cowboys just about set. Here comes 1st and 10. Here he is to throw. Hits his running back. And he's taken down as he takes this to the 38. A big 34-yard pickup there. And that's good for a Dallas first down.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
To the left and reeled in by Ferguson. And he's out of bounds, just short of the 30.
Hey, you like these results on first. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on second down. That playbook wide open.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. They'll look to throw it. Screen here for Williams. Moving on into the red zone. And they're not going to have to burn a timeout. Smart play here. He gets out of bounds with the first down.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off. and go hit somebody like they did right there.
This one's caught. And in he goes for the Dallas touchdown. The Cowboys cut it to a point late in this one. C.D. Lamb with the touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. So they get the all-important touchdown here late in the game, Brock. Now the question, play for the tie or go for two and the lead?
And I know they've got all these charts and numbers and analytics to tell you what to do, but this comes down to the gut and the trust of the head coach. Does he trust his offense more to go get this two-point conversion, or is he going to lean in his defense and believe that they can get the stop?
Things trim back down to a single point, Brock, as they send this off and away. Hubbard with a return here. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. Panthers look just about ready. 1st and 10. On the counter, Dowdle. Robbed by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run. The Cowboys signaling for their first timeout. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. Oh, Brock, look at this. He's setting up to throw it. Flushed out of the pocket. Pass caught along the sideline by McMillan. And he's out of bounds. Defenders get there to drive him out right near that 40-yard line. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that's going to bring up a Carolina first down.
10 at the 41-yard line.
Set, ready. 10 black.
They're going to pass it here. And they got there in time. He's taken down. Now Dallas is going to call its second timeout. And they'll have just one left to burn now.
At the 38-yard line.
Need to shake off that sack and quick. Here comes 2nd and 13.
Down. 45.
Setting up to pass. Buys time, rolling right. Wow, still throwing, and this is intercepted. Donovan Wilson picks it off.
I'm not going to lie, when he dropped back to pass, I was surprised they were willing to put it in the air. But how about this defense? They weren't surprised, and now they give their offense a chance to go win it.
The Cowboys have it in great field position as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. First down, here's Dak. Has him on the quick hitter. And he gets out of bounds, gets him the first down as well, and move them in the field goal range.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
1st and 10, here's Prescott. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Tough one to retain through that hit. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact. You couldn't do it.
Now we get a timeout by the Panthers. It's their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. To the line for a new set of downs. Only a lone timeout at their disposal. Couldn't find a completion on first down.
That just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted, even on some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
Here's 2nd and 10 from the 21.
We're going to 54 wires.
Draw play. This is Williams. Trying to fight free. He can't do so. They've got him behind the line. Now let's see, Brock, if they call their final timeout. Well, anytime you dial up a blitz and you catch them running a draw like that, Brock, the D coordinator, he's going to be patting himself on the back right there.
He is, and not only for the call, but the execution of his player as well. Because you call a blitz, Kate, sometimes they can just run with their hair on fire. He had the awareness to stop that draw before it could get started.
the lead inside the final minutes.
And if you hear that celebration, Kate, over there on the sidelines, it's those defenders celebrating once again. It was their work, their turnover they forced that gave them the chance. Send that kicker out and go win this game.
Jukes away from one. Dancing past him. And what a great start for their series. He's all the way up close to the 45-yard line before stepping out.
When you get contributions like that out of your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear, hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
Ready?
So
Ready.
good field position for the Panthers. Starting this drive, 1st and 10.
Let's go now. Cut.
You're going play action. Young. Knocked away. That's going to be incomplete. Defender there. That brings up 2nd down.
I'll tell you what, Kate, challenging this guy in a close game, you are tempting fate. He got one hand on it. He gets two. It could have gone the other way.
No luck on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10.
Set. Cut. 52 blue. Set.
From the pistol, it's Young. It's McMillan with the catch out left. And the tackle's made, so no miracle touchdowns at the buzzer. This game's over. So the Cowboys come in and take this one on the road. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with a victory. All right.